He's got more names than most people have stories. AR, most hated, even the fucking Tooth Fairy. I'm here with the Tooth Fairy. I'm going to put my gum shield in because I don't want any of my fucking teeth knocked out. This week on Tales from a Trap podcast, I'm sitting down with one of the most unpredictable characters I've ever met. AR, also known as most hated. This guy wasn't just doing fucking armed robberies. He was doing jewellery heists. Remember seeing those guys on the mopeds with the fucking helmets with the sledgehammers going through jewellery shop windows? He was the guy. He's knocking man's teeth out in weigh-ins, keeping them and wearing them around his neck in a fucking necklace. Yes, you heard that right.
Yeah, that's what we do. I'm leaving with Alfie's tooth.
He's built a huge name for himself on TikTok, got a massive following, and he's stepping into the ring. He's fighting rings and tings this month, so now's the time to understand who this guy really is. Because behind all the madness, there's a great story and a huge reason for how he became most hated. And trust me, some of what he says in this one, you will not fucking expect. This is AR, most hated, the Tooth fucking Fairy, raw, chaotic, and completely unfiltered. Buckle up, get ready to be offended. You have been warned, and we'll see you on the other side. Welcome back to the Tales from a Trap podcast. My name's Terry Stone, and today we are joined by AR, aka Most Hated. I don't hate him, I fucking love him, and I'm only saying that because I've heard what the Tooth Fairy has done to people he doesn't like, and I definitely don't want to lose any fucking teeth. So please put your hands together for AR, Most Hated, aka the Tooth Fairy, in the building. Really good to see you, brother.
Come on.
Thanks for coming on. So a lot of people may have seen you on TikTok. A lot of people might know you as the barber, the armed robber, the jewelry heist man, the musician, the influencer. I mean, you have got, and the boxer, you've got so many sort of different hats.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot right now.
Which is amazing. But I think for our audience of viewers and listeners, I'd love to literally just take you back before all that. To literally where you was born, where you grew up, and you know what your childhood was like, and how you got going.
Definitely, yeah. So I was born, funny enough, in Gloucester. Moved straight to Birmingham, and then lived in Birmingham for like 1 year, and then my mum obviously brought us to London. So we're from literally like from 2 years old all the way up till now.
Right.
And good childhood. Single mother, no father. Didn't have a father around me. Brothers and sisters. But I had a good childhood.
Right.
Yeah, a really good childhood.
And whereabouts in London were you? Was you
West London.
Oh, right, in West. Right,
literally.
Okay.
And yeah, the good old days, man. I had a good upbringing.
And when did you sort of? I mean, growing up in Ladbroke Grove, and also, you know, with a single parent and no father influence figure,
Yeah,
did you find that? I mean, was you good at school, or did you sort of get yourself in trouble?
I got kicked out of school in year 10.
Right.
Then I got kicked out of centre last of the day, and then that was it. I was on the road from like 12 years old.
Right. Was that just because you didn't really like going to school, or was it just because you didn't really like the discipline?
Obviously, understanding of who I am now, getting better understanding as you get older. Probably a bit of ADHD. Right. Just couldn't have no patience at school. So
right. I think there's some people that are for the system that want to go to school, want to go to university. And there's other people that just go, this ain't for me. Yeah, and unfortunately, there's no program for them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You have to go and make your own luck.
100%.
So 12, you went to the University of Life.
Well, yeah, University of Life. I was on the streets, literally just up to mischief. One thing led to another very quickly. And I was doing things that you shouldn't be doing at your age. Right. As I say. So I was very advanced for my age.
So what was you got to share some stories there. You're teasing us.
So obviously, going from 12, we had everything from snatching handbags to nicking peds every day, literally just non-stop.
And was that around Ladbroke Grove, or was that literally around London? So you just like
Around London, so
Right,
around London. And then I remember things changed when one of my friends died. I was 15 years old, and it hit me back a bit. So I just had a Q mentality, just that, you know what, I'm going out to do what I want now. Lost control, started getting more audacious with my crimes very early. Started even doing burglaries, everything you can name off. Then when it got to doing jewelry shops, I had a good run. That's all I can say. I can't go into depths with.
what was the inspiration for that? Was it just literally where you were doing like crimes? You were just like, well, actually, if we're at a jewelry shop, and was it literally watches, or was it diamonds, or what was the, or was it just
watches at the time? But them years it was watches.
Right.
Literally.
Is that the one? I mean, I've seen some videos of this. Was this where the bites go up to the jewelry shop, put the windows in with a hammer?
Yeah, smash the wall. Sometimes even go in.
Was you the driver, or was you the hammer man?
On the one I got caught for,
Right.
and I got 4 years for it, I was the hammer man.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But obviously, ones that I've not been convicted for, I can't go into details.
Of course.
But
Right.
yeah.
And then, and I've always wanted to know the answer to this.
Yeah.
So when you buy a watch,
Everything is quartered down. So watch values are, I don't know, you get 30 grand, 40 grand Rolexes. You literally got to sell it as second hand, even though it's brand new.
right.
So at the time when we used to do it, used to get it all in the laundry bag. Boom. Someone from a shop will come down who owns a shop, take them all for literally next to nothing. So you're only, if you're in a group of lads, you're only getting like £5,000 each.
Right.
For 100 grand worth of, or sometimes 80 grand worth of kit. So, but then you'll do that again and again and again.
Right. Okay. So I suppose it was a good day rate.
It was a good day. It was a good day's wage.
But
For a young age as well.
But with the stuff, it wasn't a smash and grab. It was getting the boxes, the papers, the watches, getting everything. So you actually had all the stuff, or was it literally?
No.
Right.
You're literally just taking off the stands.
Right. Okay. And but then there was an actual watch dealer or another jeweler's actually buying the.
Yeah. You always have someone ready to.
Right.
Ready
Okay.
to buy it.
I always wondered what happened with that, because I always used to think, who the fuck's, once you've got this stuff, where's it going?
They're already bought straight away.
Right.
They're already bought.
Right.
But after having a good run, as I say,
Was it what was it for? Yeah, a few months, or was it a few years?
it was a long period of time. I can speak on it because even when I got caught, the judge said, "Look, we know you've done more, but we can't convict you of it."
Right.
But it is what it is. We took you off the streets, and they're happy about that. But yeah, even cash boxes as well, because that's what I got 9 years for.
That's the Securical ones.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
after the 4 years for the jewelry shop I got caught for, I did 2 years in Felton
right.
and the young offenders.
And how old was you at that point?
19.
Fucking hell! Wow. So at 19. And was there loads of people doing it, or
No.
Right, okay.
No. It takes a certain character, a certain person to kind of do something like that.
right?
Like,
So
not everyone's gonna have that adrenaline and cojones to do that. Let's be real.
So you guys were the kind of pioneers of
Yeah.
doing the motorbike up against the jewelry shop window and putting the windows through and taking.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. I mean, that's fucking crazy, because I remember seeing those, and I did actually think, like, that is fucking ballsy that someone just goes up on a fucking bike, smashes the window,
Making
and
everyone run in.
and it's in fucking daylight.
Yeah.
Did you have anyone trying to be a hero? Or
All the time. There's always heroes. Always someone's trying to put their leg out. Someone's trying to chase you, and then but it's part of the game, isn't it?
Right. And what was the sort of did you have something you'd say to them, or did they just get sort of fucking roughed up?
Yeah. At the end of the day, doing jobs like that, you don't want to go there with a real gun. We're not going to kill. We're not going to kill no one, are we?
You just want to get some
We're
watches.
going there for a job,
Right.
and that's it. People got to get in their positions. People got to lay down. But yeah, if someone's getting in the way and they're gonna get hurt. Obviously,
Right.
you don't want to do that. You know,
Right.
that won't really.
So the advice to anybody listening to this podcast, if you see a robbery, is don't be a fucking hero.
Don't be a hero. Yeah, don't be a hero. But after the 2 years I came out, I was still young, still lost.
I tell you what I wanted to ask you, AR, about that, right? So you get caught and like you probably feel like you've had a touch because, like you said, there was a few, but you only got done for one. But when you actually went into jail, did you go into jail with a mindset, do you know what, done a crime, doing the time, it is what it is, or did you
Yeah.
right? Okay, so it didn't bother you.
I didn't care about, even if I got a life sentence at that age, I didn't care.
Right.
My mindset was very. I just got a buzz from it. I just wanted the money.
Right.
I remember when you're young, you ain't really conscious enough to understand the consequences at that age.
Right.
So it was a fuck you mentality to everyone, the system.
Do you think everybody at that because for me, like we just did a movie called Tales from a Trap, which is obviously about the hood and about the life and about music and what goes on these estates. And a lot of the people when we was doing the research were saying the same thing. They were saying that a lot of the kids now they're going out strapped or carrying knives because they're not they're doing it for protection and they're quite happy to go out of jail for life. They're not. There doesn't seem to be, in the old days, people would be a little bit more cautious on what they do, but now it seems to be people a lot more fearless.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the consequences. That's one thing.
Right.
And being in prison at the time and seeing a lot of kids of this age today coming in for accidentally stabbing someone, I'm seeing the other end of it where they're in jail and they're crying that they got 20, 15 years.
Right.
And they didn't mean to do it. Right. And then you've got all these kids now running around with balaclavas. But back in my day, when you were in a balaclava, you're going to go and do a job. You're going to go and do something. Now, every Tom, Dick and Harry down the road's wearing a balaclava.
Right.
And they're not doing nothing.
So if you see anybody with a balaclava across the road...
No, but it pisses me off because it's like, why are you wearing a balaclava? Since COVID, everyone's got balaclavas now.
Right. Or them silly masks.
Yeah. But yeah.
So then you did like your 2 years, you come out. What was the first thing you did when you come out of jail?
At that time I was struggling mentally because it was my first prison sentence. So I was dealing with a bit of anxiety.
Right.
And I didn't know myself at that age.
Right.
So I reverted straight back into crime straight away. There weren't even no rest period. I literally lasted 3 months.
Wow.
And then that's when obviously me and the boys, we did Asda. But where people make a laugh out of it.
Right.
It was the ATMs connected to the Asda.
Right.
But the big one. So you got
I
three
love
ATMs.
that.
Yeah.
We're sitting here with a man from the Asda heist. But was it could have been any shop. It was just that you knew there was a cash box there.
Yeah, at the time there was 300,000 because each cash box has 4 trays.
Right, I didn't know.
Yeah. So each tray at the time, everyone knows is like 20 to 25 grand in each tray.
Right.
3 ATMs, you do the maths. That's 300,000 pounds.
That's a lot done.
So on that time, it was literally, I can speak about it because I need my time for it, innit?
Right. Have you? Was that the first one, or have you done
the second one? No.
Right. Okay. So you've done one before.
Yeah.
And you were like, right, and just so I understand, because I'm just fascinated on how you'd actually plan it and do it.
Do you know what it was? Sometimes spare of the moment as well. It's more or less spare of the moment.
So it wasn't literally like you sat around the table, you had drawings, and you're like putting this heist together. It was like, there it is, we're fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got to go on.
But how did you know? Because this is the other thing.
It's part of the game, though, isn't it? If you're a bricklayer and you're going to work, you're going to know what cement you're going to use. You're going to know what tools you need.
Right.
So it's the same with that kind of world.
Yeah, I just wondered if you went and done the thing and it was fucking empty, or there was only 100 quid in it, you'd be pissed when you.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's why I didn't know if there was a day when they filled it up or whatever.
Well, the thing is, usually because it's the way they do it. So the way they do it is like, you can tell by the time from they're doing the first one and how long they're taking.
Right.
And then you could tell if they're either taking money, because usually if they're taking money from premises, they're going into cinemas and they're just doing one whole take. Right. They're not doing runs like that. Right. And it's the way they do it as well. there was a whole method to it where you know if they're dropping or they're collecting.
Right. And what was the best one to get them when they're dropping or when they're collecting? Because someone told me, and again, you know, it might have changed since when you did it.
It's changed now though.
But
now there's all
they put
different things in there now.
Right.
Back in my day, it was all ink.
Right. Okay.
Literally just pure ink, and then you literally just got to quickly try and save it before it all gets cold.
So what'd you have to do? Like knock off is there sort of like a...
I tell you what, yeah, and not many people know this. Back in my day, literally once it's going off, going wow, 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 wow. I can't believe I'm saying this. Literally when it's going off, and we're in the car with it, everyone's always thinking that you got to chainsaw it out. You got with the chainsaw, with the little, with all of that, or you got to put it on the wall and get the car and just smash it.
Right.
The funniest thing we've ever found out that are doing it is one day we just put a screwdriver in the speaker and popped it out.
Right.
And that was it. The noise went.
But was the ink still going or not?
Yeah. You only got a certain amount of time
until
the ink used to go off. But you literally got to get it open quickly.
Right. And then when you did the so you like you said you've done it once before, because I've never seen I've never seen anybody like, you know, I always see these fucking like cash boxes in Asda or whatever, but I've never ever, and I don't go to these places at the same time. I go there all different times, but I've never ever seen anybody loading it up or taking it away.
No, they're always doing it.
Right.
You got to remember as well, they're just normal people doing a job. So in their job description, it says if anyone approaches you with a gun, put it down and move aside.
Right.
You get the odd one that used to, would obviously try to be a hero, but that's their job. They have to put it down and move aside. Because at the end of the day, you're going to risk your life for a bit of money, aren't you?
Right. So when you did the one, the 300 grand, the Asda heist, did you get, was it 300?
No, so that one, I got none done for attempted. Right. So on the situation of getting in there, obviously, I've been jailed for it anyway. Pulled him in. There's another door with a spy hole. Got him to got the guy inside to open it. Obviously, the guys were laid down. Yeah, it went a bit naughty in there.
Right.
They weren't giving up. They weren't opening it. We just missed it. So then obviously we left, got in the car, drove away with nothing, funny enough. Crashed the car, got out of the car, dragged someone else out of the car behind. Then the car behind that car, it stopped us. So we had to get out of that car and drag that person out of the car. Then more cars backed out.
Not fucking bodies.
It's like GT. And then we had to get out and they just run. And then 5 weeks later, I got arrested for conspiracy to rob and stuff like that.
What did they have you on? Was it on the CCTV?
Do you know what it was? Someone, obviously, they told me, innit? Someone gave my name on.
Right.
And I know who. So that was hard to deal with. And then DNA, obviously, as well in the car.
Right.
So, yeah. I ended up getting 9 years for that. Luckily, a day before they scrapped IPP.
Right.
So if I would have got sentenced a day later, I would have been sentenced to life sentence for IPP.
Wow.
So it was a blessing to get 9 years.
But 9 years for an attempted. But if you'd have actually...
But it was the because obviously there was a firearm on that one.
Right.
I can even show you my case papers.
Right.
Firearm and obviously the guy got kneecapped in it. So
right, okay.
So because of that and the force used, they had to.
Wow. So I mean, I suppose when you shoot someone in the leg, it's difficult to sort of say it was an accident. I suppose the judge isn't going to look on it favourably.
No, but he got hammered in the legs.
Oh, hammered, hammered.
Kneecap,
right, okay. And when you said kneecap, I thought he meant you. What? Fucking hell.
That was shotgun, but the hammers was involved as well.
Right. And then when you was doing 9 years, did that make you sort of think, I need to...
That's when I changed my whole life,
Brilliant.
Because I was put into adult jail, or put into Wormer Scrubs in 2012. Me and my co-D, funny enough, was on the same wing. And I said to myself, I'm done now. I've got to sit in jail now for the rest of 4.5 years. Because when you get 9 years, you do half.
It's a fucking long time, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was only, 21 at the time? And I'd just done 2 years already. So I said, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to crack on with this bird. let me do my time, but let me learn something.
Right.
So during my time, I said, you know what? I picked up a pair of clippers, and a crackhead came up to me and showed me how to cut hair. Best haircut I've ever seen.
Who would have known that?
No, honestly,
I love that. Most people go to the Tony and Guy Academy. You go to the prison academy with a crackhead.
But he gave me the best
Love
haircut,
that.
and I said, you know what? Teach me. He taught me the skills, and I said, you know, I'm going to learn this. I started cutting all the prisoners, even the prison officers.
Right.
Then I used my clippers to like get me higher in prison. Like, I ended up getting the best job. I'm cutting everyone. I used it as a form of currency.
Right.
So then I ended up taking on my level 2 barbering.
Right.
When I got sent to High Point. Then I did level 3. Then I become a barber mentor in prison. Then I started. They basically tried to hold me in prison after a while because I was so good.
Right.
Because everyone wants a haircut.
Fucking hell. You said, I don't want to work here, mate. I want to go home.
Yeah.
If I'd have been in there with you, though, I wouldn't have been one of the customers, unfortunately. But when you was in jail, did you have any ag, or did you sort of know a lot of people in there?
I didn't have hag. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be totally honest with you and give you a different insight to how this really runs. So you might not have never heard this before, yeah? But barbers in prison are one of the most valuable people.
Right.
Sometimes most powerful as well. Because at the end of the day, I cut your hair, yeah?
When I had hair. Yeah.
Yeah, I cut it right. I cut your hair, yeah? At the end of the day, I'm talking to you.
Right.
So now I'll get to ask you questions.
Right.
So this is what I used to do.
Right.
And it's a little exclusive for everyone right now. So I used to cut people's hair. But remember, when I'm cutting everyone's hair, I know everyone now in the prison.
Right.
So because I'm asking you general questions, I'm not a threat to you.
Right.
So in general conversation,
You're my pal.
You're giving me information. I know if you're a drug dealer. I know if you're a fraudster. I know if you're a robber. I know if you're a rapist. I don't like. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Then I quickly learned that, okay, I know it sounds mad, but I now can like, I'm controlling certain things, because if the guy who's cooking the chicken on the wing wants his haircut,
Right.
I've got to cook chicken for me.
I want double portion.
If you do the laundry, I want my laundry done first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my door started staying open all day now.
Right.
And I just obviously got through the prison very, very good like this.
It's actually great prison advice. For anybody who goes to prison,
become a barber.
become a barber. I love that.
Because you could build up your networking portfolio, and you can imagine the amount of people I've cut in all them years.
Right.
All the top people with you.
Or the top cheese.
Yeah. So I built good relationships with everyone, and I ended up realizing to stop talking to all these little scruffy guys that are just on the wing for shooting this guy, and I started talking to the guy who's in from like £1 million fraud.
Right.
Sat down, got a business plan with them, got my degree in, my whole business structure in jail, and my qualifications in jail. Then I got sent to Holsey Bay in 2016, which is open prison.
Right.
With my last 9 months. Got released, and then 3 months later, I opened up my first shop.
Wow.
Which is on Google.
Right.
Yeah. So
And that was in Ladbroke Grove.
no, that was in the Cotswolds
On the Cotswold.
in
Right,
country in Gloucester.
Right, lovely.
So I ended up opening my first salon, which is my first job.
Right.
Remember this? I didn't have no.
Yeah.
I went on ITV News.
Right.
Basically doing kind of like a scheme where it was like helping ex-offenders, helping troubled youths, and giving them a job, and also giving them like life skills, and kind of doing that whole
Right, a mentoring type.
mentoring type.
Amazing.
Yeah. Then I went on to open up 2 more shops.
Right.
Which was, my probation was like, how are you doing this? And then after 18 months of being released from prison, successfully doing good,
Right.
I got recalled. I lost everything.
What a nightmare. What was that over?
So I went to a nightclub in Oxford Circus at the time to see someone.
Look, China Whites.
No, toy room.
Oh, toy room. Yeah, I remember that.
I went toy room now. Got a bit drunk. Bouncers roughed me up, threw me out. So I said, all right, I'm going to come back. And they didn't believe me. And I ended up driving my car straight into the front. And then everyone ran out the way. They threw me to the floor, done me for dangerous driving. And they were almost going to do me for like, they almost said, you're lucky you never got done for terrorism because you literally rammed your car into this place.
Right.
And they've nicked me and said, you're getting recalled. So I was gutted. All that hard work I've done, I've changed my life, opened up businesses, and then I've literally just lost everything.
And how long did you have to go back for? Was it
7 months? So I got executive release after 7 months because they said they gave me a suspended sentence, and because they gave me a suspended sentence because of my license got activated.
Right.
They said, all right, technically because you got suspended sentence, because it is suspended, we're going to release you again.
Right.
But this time behave. So after 7 months, I got released.
Did you be over enough?
50 with like £50 to my name.
Okay.
So I had everything.
Right.
And then boom.
Couldn't you keep it going when you was in, or because you was the main guy?
People had running it where they just couldn't keep it right. So I just had to take the L. And even the lease I had on the premises for the shop, well, I was in debt of 140, 150,000 because you have to pay the lease.
Right.
The landlord said, you know, I'm terminating it. I can't remember the terminology you used, but it's terminating the contracts. That was a blessing. You didn't have to do that.
Right.
So that made me realize, and it kind of grounded me and humbled me at the same time.
I take it when you come out of jail, you gave up alcohol, and you just went, I'm not going to nightclubs anymore. Fuck it. Because the thing
At that time, no.
How you carried on?
A little bit, but I was a different man at that time, at that stage of my life.
Right.
So after everything I've just told you, you can imagine being in jail, crime, going prison, all of that time in jail, coming out, changing my life, and now losing everything and feeling like I've let everyone down. I was more frustrated, and I was still angry. I was still like, should I go back to it? Should I go back to crime? Then I got, put it like this, I got manipulated and lured in by an influencer. She was, funny enough, like The Only Way is Essex, kind of.
Right.
She was a part of that. She took me in. So I ended up moving into her house.
Wow.
During the relationship, little did I know, she was recording me and basically gathering evidence. That sounds mad, I know. So where we're going with this, it's crazy. Everything I just told you, it's kind of mad.
I love it.
So I'm in a relationship with this woman now, doing the most. But remember, I didn't have no money at the time, so that's everything. But at the time, she was injecting me with steroids, fueling me with alcohol as well, but then trying to provoke me, trying to taunt me, and then go like this, record me, trying to build a case. So then I found out.
What is it? Is it because
it was more?
What was she like crazy stalker?
Yeah, no, this is more about clout. This is about trying to basically set me up to start a career,
right,
and be an advocate for domestic violence. So I was unaware of it though. So all of this is going along now.
So she's injecting you with steroids, getting you drunk,
yeah, literally,
winding you up, and then filming you,
gaslighting me, and then filming me, building a whole case.
I look at what a bad man he is, sort of thing,
because of my past.
Right,
mixed race tattoos. He's an armed robber. Perfect, but I didn't see it.
Right.
So during this whole procedure, I've literally, we had one argument one day, and that was it. Kicked off. I've left. Boom. But then she's called police and said I tried to coercively control her. There's a new law come out.
Oh right, yeah, I've heard about this. Yeah.
So,
how do you coercively control someone?
By mental and financial and stuff like that. Now.
Right.
But if you're on a license, as I was,
right, it's backed.
You're gone.
Right.
So I didn't know none of this.
Fucking hell.
They've come to me because obviously every time police come to me, they come with guns in it. Right, you're going back to prison. I said, for what? For what? Gone to the police station. They've literally showed a folder like this. Boom. Bruise after bruise after bruise, yeah? So I'm like, are you taking a piss? That's her turkey, BBL and boob job injuries.
What?
I said, are you having me on? Then they basically did my solicitor went, this is fucked. Like, she's trying to get you done and proper get you sent down for a long time. So I said, why though? So then I'm in prison now, ringing her. I'm saying, what are you doing? Oh, don't talk to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Then she's sending prison officers into my cell to grab my phone. So then I have to buy a new phone in prison.
Right.
And then another phone. I'm like, mate, you can't make this up. So this is during COVID 2020.
Wow.
Everyone's locked down in the world. Yeah. And then I'm still on my mind thinking, what have I done? I ain't done nothing. Because of the backlog of cases, they said, you got to stay in prison now. I said, excuse me?
You can't make this shit up, can you?
Can't make this
fucking madness.
So even the prison officers coming to me where your story is mad. You need to speak to someone.
You got to write a book.
Yeah,
you have got to write a book. You got to do it.
So I'm in prison now. I'm in prison for another. I've got 2 years ahead of me. They're saying you're not coming out because of COVID. I said, but I haven't done nothing. What the fuck? So just sit down and wait. So I said, you know what, fuck it. So I'm in jail now. Have a guess what they did? Release me. But still on bail. So I said, what was the fucking point of keeping me in prison if you're gonna release me just to go back into the community and wait another 2 years? They said it is what it is because of COVID. So another 2 years has gone by on bail. So that's 4 years. Went to court. I even went on live and did it as well. I went to court with all of my evidence and won the case.
Right.
And she was just basically got found out for lying.
Did she get fucked for that though or not?
No, this is my problem. And I've got all the evidence where she tried to say certain things. I've basically shown photographic evidence, time stamped, dated, basically shown her to be the biggest liar. And I basically turned around and I said, I want compensated for this, for my mental health, for even loss of earnings, for
wasting police time. It's
like even slandered, like being accused of something like that is not nice. Especially the crimes I used to do,
right.
To be put back in jail for something like that. So I'm like, cool. They just said, no, Rogers, you can go home now. But all 12 jury members came off that stand and shook my hand.
Wow.
So I was like, okay. And that's it. So there, she's gone in the wind now because she's embarrassed.
Right.
She's ran off.
Can you mention her name or not?
No, people know.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
No, the only reason is because, I just think because she's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You do actually want to warn people. Do not
do not go with these influencing girls that just want to get clout. They're dangerous, man.
Right.
And I got my first experience of that. So
I mean, it's literally like single white female where you've got this crazy fucking
doing this
stalker.
But calculatedly trying to basically do it to write a book and be an advocate and put you down as a sacrifice. It's fucked. So I dealt with all of that. Tried to pursue compensation. They said, no, you're not getting it because you were recalled. I said, what? So because I was recalled, they said, yeah, in the terms, you can't get compensation because you were but I said I was recalled on that matter. They said, we don't care.
That is crazy.
So fast forward, I ended up just coming out again with nothing again. Started from literally flat broke. So I had money, lost it, And I said, you know what? I'm done with this now. I'm tired. Jumped on TikTok one day. And I'm here today. I've taken off.
I mean, this is a bizarre story, but we become pals on TikTok, which is mad. Naturally, so it just shows you how. I love TikTok, by the way, and I think that what's great about it is it connects people.
Yeah.
And you end up connecting people you probably never ever would bump into unless there's an act of fate. Do you know what I mean? But when you went on TikTok, what was your mission? Was it literally like, I'm just going to set up a page?
I went on there because at the time I was going through, I couldn't have kids because I used to take steroids and all sorts. So I was infertile.
Right.
So I found the best fertility clinic was in Barbados, paid 15,000 just to have a kid.
Right.
So while my ex now was pregnant, I stayed in just to look after her.
Right.
So I jumped on TikTok just to stay grounded. Because I don't want to, every time I go out, I'm going to get nicked or something. I don't want to go out.
If I stay on TikTok, I'll be safe.
I'm safe. So
You might get banned, but you'll be safe.
Yeah. So I started trolling people.
Right.
That was my whole purpose.
Right. That's where the most hated come from.
Yeah.
Right.
Just causing nuisance online to literally targeting people and just getting onto them. Then
What's your best trolling moment then? What was?
there's loads. It's all on my page. I got loads. There's priceless moments.
Well, so what was it you'd actually look for? Like if somebody was making a fool of themselves, or would it be somebody
It's all
that?
banter based. It's nothing too harsh.
Oh, well, so it's not really trolling. It's more like a banter.
Nah, it's trolling as well.
Oh, right. So it's a banter.
trolling, but banter.
Right,
Off.
right.
Having a laugh.
Yeah.
And then everyone obviously hated me for it. So then I just said, you know, if all of you lot hate me, I'm going to call myself most hated and then make a positive out of this in the years to come. So fast forwards 4 years I've been on TikTok now.
Right.
Yeah. Doing really well on it.
Have you got, because you got your own agency as well, haven't you?
Nah.
Oh, so you haven't got that.
So I don't do that. I'm like direct with TikTok.
Right.
Got a manager.
Got it.
I'm Live Pro.
Right.
So there's only 90 Live Pro accounts in the whole of the UK. I'm one of them.
Wow.
That's yeah.
So there you have it. We've got TikTok royalty in the building. When I grow up, I want to be a live pro. but where did the fighting come from? Because obviously we got chatting the other day, and you've got this fight coming up. So is that just because you've always fought, or?
So the guy, I've had loads of people talk shit about me online, but this guy kept coming for me for years.
Is this the one that you met and you got your new nickname?
Yeah. So
Great story.
He told me to go and my job, yeah, online. I didn't take well to that. So I've lost my head, which I shouldn't have. Drove to his area. He didn't want to meet me. So then we organised a fight in Liverpool to do it in the right way. But on that day, the day before the fight at the press conference, he's come to me at the back, tried to push my head. So I've turned around and smacked his teeth out. Hold on, man.
You got his teeth with you? Oh, you got him in there?
Yeah, look.
I love that. That is fucking proper. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. The tooth fairy's tooth. Look at that. Look, that is fucking proper. That is proper.
Yeah. Right.
So you knocked him out and then picked him up and just went
picked him up in front. The video's on my page. The video's on my page. It is what it is. He's told me to go and my child, so I said I'm taking your teeth, and that's for my son.
And that is why they call him the Tooth Fairy.
But then, so after that,
I'll take it he didn't want to fight you after that.
You don't want to fight me. I'm still waiting for it. He said he wants to fight me now.
Right.
After this fight.
Right.
So that's going to be big.
Right.
But now this guy's called me out to fight next month, and it's my first ever fight.
So I know yesterday you had the sort of press conference.
I had a press conference yesterday, yeah.
So how did that go? Was there any teeth taken?
I turned the phone off.
Right.
No, but he tried to be rude, so I just dashed the war in the face.
Right.
The video's on my page now, and obviously he lost it. But then even today, on the way here, I've gone to Birmingham to his actual area, his block, and printing out pictures of him in a skirt and posted it in his gym, posted it up in his shop, went to his local shop, give it to them, I started handing it out.
I bet he's going to fucking love that.
He's going mad right now. But yeah.
Just put it out there, do not upset this guy because he will come for you. And if he doesn't take your teeth, there'll be pictures of you in a fucking skirt. So. And is the fighting thing now something you're just going to focus on? Because
I'm not even a boxer.
Right.
I've just fell into.
You look good though, because I've seen some of your training videos. So you look like you're taking it seriously.
Yeah. I'm really training seriously. I've got a good trainer, pro trainer, everything, and I'm enjoying it. It keeps my mental at bay, I think.
Yeah.
For everything I've been through, I've never had therapy.
Right.
I've gone through all this shit, and like people get PTSD from a fucking car crash, and everything I've just told you.
Well, it's definitely PTSD.
Even in there. So boxing keeps me grounded and focused at the moment. So
for you from now on out, right? What's your plans for the future? Are you just going to stick with the boxing, or you got other things?
So, with TikTok, I'm in a good position and I'm doing well for myself. But it's more, I do want to get back into the music, and I really want to push this influencing thing to a next level.
Well, we never really talked about the music. So what was the music? Because
I learned music in jail, in prison. Came out, done a few music videos.
So what was you rapping, singing, or was you playing music?
Yeah, I was rapping. I've got music videos on YouTube and that.
Right. Is that under most hated as well? Is that
that it's under that guy AR.
that guy?
But it's everyone likes my music. Everyone wants me to do more, but it's having a kid, life gets in the way and stuff like that. So it's a bit.
You got TikTok, you got boxing, you got
too much
trolling, you got a lot of stuff, right? So the music's gonna come back at some point.
Yeah, music will come back. I'm enjoying streaming though. I love live streaming.
Right.
And I'm veering over to Kick, a different platform.
Someone said that's really good, and
it can, if you monetize it properly, it could be really good. Yeah.
So what's the keys to that? Is it just
it's all viewer based?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So if people watching, then you get paid.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So yeah, I'm just really just focused. I'm grounded as well. I'm not doing too much. I'm just staying. I've dropped my ego is the biggest thing.
Right.
That's the best thing to put. I don't have an ego no more like that. I know it might seem like it, but my ego used to be really bad. And now I'm just like, I'm content. I'm happy. I'm not doing crime no more. That's the biggest thing. And the biggest flex for me is not doing crime. Don't even think about it.
And for you, you've obviously gone through, you've come from, a tough upbringing.
Yeah.
You've obviously gone through crime, you've gone through jail, you've gone through all these things. When you look back on it, do you regret any of it? Or
No.
But it's what's made you who you are.
It's made me who I am.
Right.
Never changed myself for what everything I've been through. Because then you wouldn't be you, would you?
Right.
So
and if you was gonna talk, because someone may have gone through or may go through what you've been through, and what advice would you give to get them through it? Because I know you just give some advice earlier about if you're in jail for a long time, become a barber, but I'm thinking more about mentally and about like when you get up in the morning, do you go to the gym? Do you write goals? Do you have any sort of positive things?
I'm a spiritual person.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is for me at this given time? My life obviously revolves around my son.
Right.
So I'll do everything not to do anything bad right now.
Right.
But I just stay in my own lane. I don't care about anyone else is doing. I mind my own business. It might take longer like this. It's not quick money.
Right.
It's late nights. It's constant draining. Everything I do, it's all draining. It's all negative as well. And a lot of people talk shit about me. A lot of people can't really do what I do as well because it's that mentally draining.
So what are your tips for dealing with that? Like, because people do get people talking shit about them online. So how do you cope with that? Do you just ignore them? Or
I ignore it, and I've learned to. You become desensitized from it.
Right.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people talk shit, so it don't affect me no more. A lot of people can't handle it, and mental health is a real thing where people will end up doing something to themselves if they was under my pressure, kind of pressure I have to be put onto. But yeah, it's going back to any advice for people, like even for the kids and that. I would just say, listen, I've been to the darkest fucking tunnel. Darkest tunnel you could imagine. And I've hit the end wall. And I've said this before. And when I've hit the end wall, there's nothing at the end wall. There's nothing there. So I've realized, even when I was in prison, I went, this is bullshit, mate. I've seen the biggest and baddest people fucking fold. I've seen them snitch. I've seen them cry. I've seen everything where I can't go no further. I'm at the end. So I don't fear no one. I don't fear nothing. Well, what is there left? The only right way is doing it the right way and doing it the positive way. And that's when I realized this is bullshit, man. You go jail, people forget about you, people snitch on you, your girl fucking off her next geezer. There's no good. So
there's no upside.
Why promote that? And this is what I said, even when down to music now, I don't even want to, when I get back into music, I don't even want to talk about that life no more. Because then it's kind of contradicting everything I'm saying here. So my whole image has changed. My whole mindset has changed. And I'm all about promoting positive, good vibes and putting people on the right path, man, and changing people's lives. Given it, if they can see I can do it, surely they can. And a couple of people have actually reached out to me from prison and told me, you're an inspiration in prison right now.
That's
that
good.
Empowers me.
100%. Well, also, when we spoke the other day, I love the fact you said, because you come out of jail and you've made it on TikTok, that other people that have come out of jail have been inspired by you?
Yeah.
People like
Even
Sticky.
Sticky's coming. Is he coming to see you?
Yeah.
Well, he will tell you himself. He said, yeah, you're an inspiration. I was in prison watching you and I came out and now I'm doing what you're doing. So that's nice to hear that people are now seeing that you can do it a different way.
And for you going on TikTok, do you have set hours or do you on?
I'm on all the time. I go to the fucking toilet on live. All the fun. I'm in the gym. I go everywhere on live.
Right. Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because I don't know. Some people just do an hour a day. Some people do.
I'm
2
on all the time.
Right.
I've got my own office just for TikTok.
Right.
That's how far I've taken it. But yeah, no, the easy way ain't always the best way.
Right.
Honestly, it's not the best way. And karma is a real thing.
Right.
Trust me.
Well, even when you were doing anything wrong, it was still coming for you, wasn't it?
But that was the universe testing me. So
Right.
you have to whatever you're going through in life, and then you do struggle and you're thinking, this could be better, or you can think you can take the quick route. Don't do it, man. Because every time I've wanted to and I've held myself back, I'm looking years down, everyone's going back to prison. Everyone's getting birded off. Some people ain't here today.
Right.
And tomorrow's never promised. And I always say that to myself, tomorrow's never promised. So enjoy your day every day. Live it like you're lost. And just don't stress too much. People stress out too much. Just enjoy life.
No, that's great advice. Great advice. Brilliant. Well, listen, Most Hated, I've loved having you on the show. I think your story's phenomenal. I know you said when we got into it, it'd be fucking amazing. And it has been amazing. You haven't disappointed. So
thank you.
Appreciate you sharing your story with us, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Terry.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Tales from the Trap podcast. Most Wanted, AR, aka the Tooth Fairy. What an amazing guest. If you're not following him on TikTok, go and have a look, and make sure you check out his music, and make sure you go and support him when he's boxing. And be nice to him if you see him in the street, because you don't want to lose your teeth. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like it, make sure you're subscribing, and we'll see you on the other side.